In today's video, we're going to be going over how to make money this week in Grand Theft Auto Online using the money bonuses that we have available to us this week. Before we get into the video, consider dropping a like and subscribing if you guys are new and you like this style of content. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so unfortunately, this week, the money bonus opportunities that we've been given kind of pale in comparison to last week's 3 times money on the car wash laundering missions and the double money on the car wash safe. Now hopefully you guys were able to make a bunch of money by doing the strategy that I gave you guys last week when I made this same style of video, because that was a really good way to make money. But unfortunately this week the best that we've really got is going to be double money on dispatch work. And that also entails you owning a police car to even participate in this in the first place. So if you don't have one, we're going to talk about what you're going to be doing after coming up soon. Alright, this is me hopping in post. We also have 35% off of all cop cars, so if you guys were worried that you couldn't do dispatch work, if you did want to buy a cop car this week, they are 35% off. If you're going to be buying one, I highly recommend spending the extra money to get the D10 Pursuit, but if you're on a budget, the Declasse Granger Park Ranger is really cheap, and so is the unmarked cruiser. But I would honestly advise spending a little bit more money, if you have it of course, to maybe get the Bravado Gauntlet Interceptor, because it is going to be a pretty good car for you as far as speed and everything like that goes. So you might want to consider that. But anyways, I'm hopping back out. So to start off with dispatch work, the missions are going to be paying $50,000 a piece. However, if you complete 5 of them, it's going to tie into the weekly challenge this week, which is going to be paying $200,000, and you're going to get a special police uniform as well. So as long as you do 5 dispatch work missions, you'll receive a total of $450,000 for doing that. So that's pretty good, I guess. Now dispatch work is relatively easy to complete. Simply get into an owned police car and wait until you hear the radio pop up. Then you're going to accept the mission, usually by pressing the same key that you use to activate the lights and sirens on the cop cars. You're going to go do the mission, complete the tasks, most of which are very easy. Now for the mission that I had to do, I had to drive a corrupt cop to the prison. Then on my way I had to disarm a secret bomb that was planted in the prisoner transport, then fight off some enemies before finally delivering the prisoner to the prison. Now there are 6 total dispatch work missions in GTA Online, and all of them are relatively short and fairly easy to complete. All in all, this mission took me about 4 minutes to do, start to finish, which isn't bad. However, there is a small 1-minute cooldown between the dispatch work missions, although some people have issues getting into the next mission due to Vincent not calling immediately. So sometimes it could be more like 5 to 10 minutes depending on your day and the RNG, but hopefully for you it's relatively fast. But this is just something to be aware of, that it might not work out super quick. So it's not exactly the best way to grind money this week, let's just say. Now we also have another double money bonus on animal photography, which I personally hate because I can never find the second or third animals usually. But this normally pays $100,000 per day that you do it. So this week it's going to give you $200,000 per day, and of course it resets every day if you find all 3 animal targets, which is pretty good or bad depending on how quickly you can actually find these animals. A quick tip is that if you're looking for livestock like pigs or cows, go to Grapeseed. You're going to find both there at the area surrounding the O'Neill Brothers farm. But if you have anything else, you're going to have to look up a specific map to find where those things are going to be, and most of the time I can't even find them at those locations, so I don't even know, man. But good luck with your animal photography this week for sure. And we also have double money and double RP on the firefighter jobs. Now unfortunately the firefighter jobs, even when they were on triple money, did not pay that well. So on double money they're really not going to pay that well either. This is definitely something you can go and give a shot to. Especially if you're a lower level player, it's not going to be the worst way to make money. You can go and get into it for free by going to a fire station, and you're going to have to go and put out some fires and save some cats from high ledges and stuff like that. Overall, the missions are kind of fun, but they just simply don't pay very well. So I would avoid the firefighter missions for most players, again, unless you're a newer player. Not going to be the best way to make money. We also have double money and double RP on community jobs this week as well. We had triple money and triple RP on those for the last 3 weeks, previous to last week. So these are going to pay like okay on double money, but nothing that special, nothing that crazy, nothing that great. So take advantage of this if you're interested in it, I suppose. but it's, yeah, not going to pay you the most amount of money, but you're going to have some fun while you're making money, I guess, so that counts for something, right? Now, we also have our HSW time trial to take care of too, which is going to be Sandy Shores to La Puerta. Now, this one is nice and straightforward. Essentially, you're just going to run out of Sandy Shores and go straight to the highway on-ramp. Now, you're going to go up past the prison, you're going to head down into Los Santos past the casino. So if you have a car with high top speed, that's going to be the most ideal to use for this time trial, because this is a very high speed time trial. You're covering a great distance and it's mostly straight lines, so that's really good. Now, once you go down the hill past the casino and into the city, you're going to go through Union Square and all the way through it into Davis. Now, you're going to be heading to the arena at this point, where you're then going to hit a right after you go over the bridge and you get super close to the arena, and you're going to go on the road that goes around the scrapyard. And there you are. That is a nice $250,000 for you guys. So hopefully you can use that and do this time trial. This time trial is relatively easy. I think everybody should be able to complete it so long as you have an HSW vehicle, of course. Now again, if you use that same fast car, the regular time trial this week is also relatively easy, so you might want to give that a shot too. And as usual, make sure you guys are sourcing your cargo into your CEO warehouses with your technicians inside. Hit your stash house every day as well. Make sure you keep all your businesses supplied and everything like that. And hopefully next week the money bonuses will be significantly better than this week. Hopefully we could get 2x on even an MC business. Honestly, I would take for sure. Any of them would be really, really cool. But that's pretty much going to do it for how to make money this week in GTA Online, guys. I'm sorry that this video is a little bit shorter, and I'm sorry that it's not really the best week to make money. It's kind of unfortunate, but I guess, I don't know. Hopefully next week will be better, I suppose. I think I am getting sick, which is pretty unfortunate, so might be a good week to take off of GTA. So that's what I'm going to consider doing, but we'll see what happens. Of course, I will have a hide and seek coming out tomorrow, so I hope you guys enjoy that. But thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, if you learned something, leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, take care. Peace.